Welcome to Project Bimmers, man. Uh, Not a good day. Not a good day in the project house. We got this E38 project. It's giving me headaches now. To be honest with you, I have no idea what's going on. The car doesn't start. Ever since I changed that general module, something ended up screwing up with the EWS. And I've done a lot of research over the past couple of days, found out that it has something to do with the EWS and a DME sync that I have to perform. So I got some software. This is one of them that I'm having an issue with now. The other day I thought I was onto something because I got some software. I was able to communicate with the car, the different computers. This cable was working. I got this K/D-CAN cable interface with the computer in the car. This is an older car, so I had to get this 20-pin harness that supposed to plug into the diagnostic link of the car. So the diagnostic link in my car is over here. So I had to plug it in there. So I had everything plugged in, man. Everything was working, as a matter of fact, the other day. But now, today, for some reason, nothing's working. The cable no longer communicates with the fucking car, man. I don't understand this shit. It's giving me headaches because I'm losing time now. I don't have that much free time anymore. So I'm losing time on trying to figure out how to get this car started. I did double check everything. I checked all my wiring. Everything is plugged in. The battery's plugged in. I got a tender on it now. Learned about that. Even when you're programming these modules, you have to make sure you have good power to the battery. I'm learning a lot about this BMW shit along with these projects for the channel. But from what I can see, nothing is like flat out messed up. Everything is pretty much plugged in. That module may have to get programmed in order for the features to work. But as far as the EWS sync, that's a procedure that you could perform at home if you have the right software, which I thought I fucking got, man. Issue that I'm having now, let's try to get some background information so you guys can know exactly what I'm going through. I downloaded this software. I had to, it was a zip file. I had to end up unzipping it, pause, and loading the files to the computer. So I ended up doing all that. This software module came with a few different programs for coding and for diagnosis. So this is one of them. Hold on, let me get out of here. What's all that? Close that. Okay, so these are some of the programs that it came with. Bluetooth activation tool, which I'm not too sure what that is. You got a coding tool, Find ECU, IMPA, which is a diagnosis program, NCS Dummy, which is pretty much an add-on to the NCS Expert, which is a coding tool. Tool 32, I don't know what that is. I haven't even researched that yet. I pretty much downloaded all of this because in my research I found that IMPA, that program, was supposed to be good as far as a scanning tool to go to the different modules and see what's wrong, to help me diagnose the problem with the car. So either way, the programs I downloaded, I don't know, I had to download and undownload all this fucking crap. I had to uninstall some of the programs because the cable stopped working. I thought that would help. With this thing, you're supposed to check your device manager. So my device manager, it checks out fine. Let's check it out anyway while I'm here. Go to the device manager. My device manager, you're supposed to go to your COM ports, right? Your settings for your COM ports supposed to be on COM port 1. Mine's on COM port 1. On that COM port, I have this this USB device, which is the K/D-CAN cable. I had to download some drivers for it So let's see what drivers it has. It has the FTDI drivers. I downloaded them. I even tried to update the drivers to see if that would help with the problem I'm having now. I disabled the device and then I reinstalled it. I uninstalled it. I did all the options here just to see if, you know, anything was wrong with the device. But the device, it checks out okay. So another thing I had to check here also was when you do your setup, that the port settings, right? You want to go to your advanced port settings, and for those you want to check COM1 is selected and latency timer is 1. I just watched a video that said that COM4 had to be selected, but most of the videos I watch say that COM1 is what has to be selected. So COM1 is selected, latency timer is 1. That's okay. Then I checked with some more videos that said another thing you got to check to make sure everything is okay is you want to go back to your C drive, right? And then there's some folders in your C drive that you can check out. So hold on, let me get to the C drive. Now in C drive, you're looking for a folder called this EWS. This one here, go in there, scroll down or actually it's in a bin folder. And then you're gonna scroll down to, there's an EWS folder that's in here, which is in here. And you wanted to make sure that your interface is set up properly. So it had to be on STD ODB. Or OBD. I thought it was like the old dirty bastard STD shit. So it's on STD OBD. It's already set up properly. Then from there, you also want to check in that same bin folder. There's supposed to be OBD folder, and in the OBD folder, you want to check to see that you're on COM port 1. I'm on COM port 1. Now there was one video that said that this hardware right here setup should be on USB. Mine's is on OBD. I don't know why. I changed it to USB and it didn't work anyway, but it's on OBD. All the rest of them are on OBD as well. These are, you know, they're all OBD as well. So I don't know if that's the problem. All these codes and shit, I don't know nothing about any of that. I think probably something in there is messed up, to be honest with you. So none of that seems to work if I adjust any of that, but just know that I did try all of that stuff and none of it works, man. The problem that I'm having now is that these apps, hold on, let me get out of here. These apps that I have, they open up. I saved them all in this folder, BMW tools. Over here I got all these things, they open up. Now this IMPA one, which is the one that I need to use, when I open it up and the cable is already plugged in, cable is detected. Okay, now when I unplug the cable, I have to restart the program in order for the cable to be detected again. Somebody in a forum told me that that's normal. I was worried about that, but somebody told me that that's normal, so I guess I'm not worried about that anymore. So now I guess I'm only worried about over here where it says ignition off. When you plug this cable into that 20-pin harness and you turn the ignition on, the ignition's supposed to go on right there. But for some reason it doesn't. It lost that connection. It doesn't sync anymore with that. No matter what I do, I can't get that to work. Now, if I plug just the the OBD part into the OBD inside the car, hold on, let me go do that. If I take this and I plug it into the OBD diagnostic port down there, that light automatically turns on, right? And then it says that I have ignition on, but that's not true ignition because I don't even have the fucking keys in. So how the hell I got ignition on? So it's just reading off of this fucking cord that the ignition's on, I guess through the OBD. But now even if I try to use the program while it's like this, I can't because it doesn't sync into anything. It doesn't give me any access to any of the information. So I'll go shift to get to the older modules. I'll go shift and F9, right? So shift F9 for the older modules, and then I go to E38 and go to the engine, right? So engine, engine, right? And then I got the M62, so I go there, double click it, I guess, right? But it's not going to give me any information. It's going to say no response from the control unit. The program will be stopped. And I get it. It's not no fucking response from the control unit because you can't get no response from the control unit from there. That's in the older cars, you can't use the diagnostic OBD to get control over all the modules. This is only good for engine control and engine information, like check engine light stuff, right? So you would have to connect that 20-pin harness to this, okay, and then connect to the car. Problem is, when I do that, I don't get any feedback. Nothing happens. I'm not getting connection with the ignition. It's not reading. And I tried everything, man. I'm pretty much just doing this video so that I could post this for you guys, so you can know what I'm going through, the hell sometimes you got to go through with these Bimmers, but also to post it in some forums to see if I could get some assistance with this IMPA NCS expert type of stuff, because it's new to me, but I'm definitely willing to learn, because you're going to need this information definitely if you're dealing with these Bimmers. Absolutely, there's no way around it. So this is my first experience with it. Not the best experience, but nothing ever is, to be honest with you. When I deal with these Bimmers, I never have a good first experience. Every fucking time when I'm dealing with this shit, something goes wrong, but I learned from it, so you know, I wouldn't do it any other way. I still got all this disconnected, man. This is just driving me nuts. I'm suspecting that this cable is the problem, to be honest with you, because to be honest, when I plug this in, it lights up. So that just leads me to suspect that this cable is fine. All the connections inside of them work. I did continuity on pin 7 and 8 to make sure that when this switch is all the way to the right, that those connections are shorted, because that's how they're supposed to be. Yeah, that's just how all those are supposed to be. So I'm not really sure, to be honest, how that's going to work. This other connection, when I plug it in, for some reason I don't get no feedback with ignition, and this is the only thing in between here and here. It was working before, so I don't think anything's wrong in there. I'm just not sure about this. I opened it. They got some real shoddy looking soldering going on inside, but you know, the connections are still there, so I can't say that it's anything in here for sure. I really don't know, man. I'm not too sure. So that's pretty much what I'm dealing with at the moment. If anybody knows what I can try to look into, please chime in. Let me know what you think. And other than that, I'll keep checking. Thanks.